very consistent. Even today, I did not want to get on, but I was like, okay, let's just keep going. Um, Today is an important topic. Don't mind me looking crazy today. I did not do my edges. I didn't do anything actually to this hair or to my outfit. I'm just looking cute in the house. You know, that's what we do. So so today we're going to be talking about the pH balance of the kitty, as you can see in the title. So here's the thing. Um, Everybody's pH balance is different. We all have different levels. We all have different numbers, you know, of a pH balance, whatever you want to call it. Basically, all women are on different sides of the scale. There's some women who have very strong smells, and then there's other women who you may not smell anything on. So every rule would not work for every woman. You understand? So you have to be mindful of that first. Especially women that take advice, you need to understand your own body, because a lot of these medicines, a lot of these doctors, they go by one prototype, and it's been like that for a while. And we all know that the vagina is very understudied. So a lot of things they don't even know about the vagina. So it's just so important to understand your own body and understand what your body needs, what your body doesn't need, right? Um, my door is like opening and closing. So, so yeah. I'm sorry. I might be getting sick. I might be getting sick. But yeah, you have to understand your own body. Don't let anybody tell you about your body. For example, when it comes to pH balance and people using certain washes, people using certain washes and people not using certain washes, and then some women using water, right? Some women just don't need a wash, right? And some women absolutely need a vaginal wash. So it just depends on that. It depends on that. You can't, hold on. I need to turn my phone on airplane mode before, like, you can't go by what another woman is doing, because your pH balance might be very, very different from the next woman, right? So you have to do what is best for your body, okay? Now, with that being said, let's move that out the way. Thank you for liking the live. Thank you. Send some hearts, guys, so this can be pushed out. Um, what you want to do is make sure, the first thing that you want to do is make sure that the products align with your pH balance. Every woman is not the same, right? So you have some women that have the, you know, they smell like water, they smell, you know, and then you have women that maybe they have a scent, a stronger scent. So you just have to, and it's hereditary as well, it's genetic. Like and subscribe, Madam from India. Thank you so much. Thank you from India. Make sure that you are knowing your own pH balance, okay? Guys, like the live as you join. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. So all of your products have to align with your pH balance. If there's, thank you for the hearts. If there's someone who has a stronger scent, her products need to be a lot more, hi, her products need to be a lot more, how do you say it? Catered to her. And then the woman that has a vagina that smells like water, she only needs possibly, you know, the smallest of products. She doesn't need much because her vagina is already more on the side of alkaline, right? Like I said, it is hereditary, it is genetic. So whatever your mom you know, the area that your mom has, the area that your grandma has, you most likely have the same type of, you know, flora. Now, when it comes to yoni washes, I'm not against yoni washes, but what I'm against is the yoni washes that have so many colors, additives, and like all these crazy things just to wash your vagina. Like, you don't need that. You don't need that. If you're gonna choose a vaginal wash, make sure you choose the ones that are the most simplest of simple ingredients, like the honey pot, or, you know, very minimal, like minimal. Okay. I have to turn my phone on airplane mode because and then when it comes to your household, your everyday routines, right? So your everyday routines, showing up is like, boom. First of all, I always recommend to every woman oil of oregano. Oil of oregano. Because, and honestly, every gender should be taking oil of oregano because that's a powerhouse herb. It's a powerhouse. So if a woman is taking oil of oregano, she's very less likely to get any type of infection, very less likely to get any type of BVs, yeast infection. Oil of oregano every single day for 2 weeks. You have to do 2 weeks on and 2 weeks off when it comes to oil of oregano. That's not an oil that you can take persistently, right? Because it's so strong. Even if you're like, oil of oregano fights infections, it fights, oil of oregano is amazing. And I've been preaching that for a lot of years now. Taking that daily in the morning, right? Then you have your Candida fighters, Paul de Arco, lemongrass, licorice root, Oregon grapefruit, all these cloves, Candida fighters, okay? Especially if you are intimate or you're experiencing intimacy on a daily basis. You need to make sure that you have a defense up, okay? A healthy defense. Now, I think this goes without saying, but water. Water, staying hydrated. I realized today that a lot of people do so much to their water, like they add all these packets, and I do understand that some people can't drink regular water because it's nasty to them, right? But just try. Try. If you want to spice it up, do it with like some lemons, some cucumbers, but like, you don't need a bunch of things in your water. You really don't. But just stay hydrated. 8 bottles a day, 6 bottles a day, stay hydrated. And that goes without saying because the human body is almost 70% water. Okay, so you need it. You need it. Guys, like the live as you come in, send some hearts so we can get this on the, do they call it a For You page in YouTube? Recommendation? Yeah. And if you're a woman that is being intimate, right, on a daily basis or weekly basis, whatever, anytime you're being intimate, you need to be, like I said, having your defenses higher. So probiotics, how to say that? Yeah, probiotics, prebiotics, like make sure you're taking care of yourself. The most important probiotic, Lactobacillus crispus. You need, okay? Lactobacillus crispus acts as a hydrogen peroxide. We have our own hydrogen peroxide in the vaginal area, okay? So use that. You need Lactobacillus crispus. And how you can get that is in probiotics, but it's also in some foods as well. I will list that stuff below. I don't feel like talking about it. So, guys, like the live as you join. Thank you. So, what else did I not touch on? Your teas. Of course, I make herbal teas for women. Your teas are really important. You don't have to buy my teas. I tell y'all all the time, I always give y'all recipes other than my own teas. Like, this is not about selling. I need y'all to really take care of your vaginas. You can do like I said earlier, Paul de Arco, Orkin grapefruit, lemongrass. Those type of herbs are candida fighting. Really good, really good. Then you have um, the African herbs that I sell. You have vetiver root. You have precesse, nep, like all these different herbs for the female body. Don't get caught slacking, babes. Okay. I'm trying to think what else is a recommendation of mine. Yeah. And if you guys have any questions, just comment them down below so that I can answer them. Yeah. And you know what? I also want to mention, because, unless you're actively trying to have a baby, don't allow, if I can say that on YouTube, how can I say it on YouTube without getting banned? Don't allow his stuff inside of you when he finishes, if you know what I mean, the white stuff. Unless you're actively trying to have a baby, okay? If not, no. Your body sees that as some type of a foreign invader, and it will fight it off, and it will give you an infection. It will, unless he's like one of the healthiest, and even then, if it's too much, you might get that. So just, unless you're trying to have a baby, don't let anybody put that inside of you, okay? Anyway, my phone is on 2%, so this is a short video today. I might come on later and talk about this more. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Bye-bye.